Seton Hall leads 10-6. Jackson Shank and Joe Morales here in South Orange, New Jersey in Walsh Gym. And Seton Hall relying on center Roberts Navarro early. The sophomore has been tremendous.
Yeah, the sophomore from Hawaii is just so good, Jackson. 2.4 kills per set she came into this one averaging. And like I said before the break, you can tell when she's in a groove. You can tell when she's able to take over as the best player on the floor. And it looks like in set one, Jackson, we're seeing a lot of it early on.
That recruiting class with her, Riley Nelson, and Maddie Loisel have been tremendous. Someone who's also having a fantastic year is Taylor Panel. She grabs kill number one today.
And the recruiting classes are so important, Jackson. We were talking to Coach Thompson before the game. 8 players graduating from the program this year. It means you have to find quantity players in the portal, but you also need quantity. So you have to try and really find that mix of players that can fit your program the way they need to.
Workmeister with the service error there, and that's what Coach Thompson is hoping to establish. She talked about the cultural aspect of making them better people as well. So while you want to recruit the talent, you also want people who can buy into that type of coaching. As Roberts Navarro tipped that one up, but away from Merck and out of bounds, so a point for the Huskies.
And it's something a lot of Division I coaches do, and maybe people don't think about it in this way, but it's not always best available player. It's also a person that fits your program. Maybe the personalities play a factor as well. It's not always just the best player is going to come to my team.
Here's Klungel up to Loisel, and the powerhouse Loisel, another part of that Roberts Navarro recruiting class, comes through. She had 8 of these against Xavier, and threw 3 defenders at this point, too.
It's impressive to have the control that she does to place it exactly where she wants it.
UConn finally gets a solid return, but Wu gets a left hand on it and then just slaps it over with her hands together. Couldn't handle that one, though, as Tilska back on the floor. I mean, it looked like she put her, like, you know when you put your hands together to pray? She hit it like that.
It looked like a 2-hand punch, Jackson. That's what it was like. Channeling an MMA version of Mason Wu.
I mean, talking about setting up a prayer. Here's Kutlu to serve. Klungel. Wow, going to Subashele right out the gate. Not an answer so far for UConn for the middles for Seton Hall.
No, her and Loisel have been phenomenal. Even Grace Turner earlier on in the set was doing well for the Pirates. They have been able to have their way with this UConn team.
4th in the Big East in service aces per set is Subashele. She's so dangerous if the Pirates are able to keep possession. Here's Loisel. Does she paint the line? She does.
And now you see Maddie Loisel getting herself into a groove. This is a kind of 3-headed monster the Pirates have when they're all in at the same time with Loisel, Subashele, and Roberts Navarro. They're really unstoppable once they get going.
Talk about the future of this program. Those 2 outside hitters are going to be crazy focal points next year when it comes down to Coach Thompson losing 8 players this year. Able to survive the hit from Turner is Kutlu. Here's Lucas on the near side, goes soft off the head of Turner, but it's somehow kept alive. Klungel pushes it over. Tilska is rejected by Loisel. Seton Hall up big in set 1.
And Loisel with a smile because she knows she's right there to take care of UConn. Look at this. Nowhere to go if you're the Huskies. Maddie Loisel setting up camp right there. And Seton Hall is able to, like you said, Jackson, up 6 now. A big lead in set 1.
Nothing energizes a team like a solo block, but UConn able to answer the call right after it with a kill from Lauren Wynn.
It's about finding a way to climb back into the set now. 5 points is not a lot in volleyball, Jackson. A little run, and UConn's right back in it.
Grace Maria to serve for the Huskies. Diving save from Roberts Navarro. Turner through the double team is able to finish. Yet again, we see the middles going to work for Seton Hall.
And Grace Turner is such a presence up front, Jackson. A 6'3" frame, and she's really just a monster when it comes to being by the net.
Yeah, she's got a block in every match this season, just besides the opener. She gets her hands up in the middle, and she's able to go to work on defense. What a save from Klungel and company there. Here's Turner again on the offensive end.
And Jackson, this play starts with Riley Nelson, who had an unbelievable pancake dive there to keep it alive. Was able to help her way to get Seton Hall a point. Talk about the presence of Riley Nelson being back, Jackson. It's just phenomenal to see her back on the floor.
I mean, in the back of your head, you get your libero back, the true number one for this squad, and to have that in the back line, it's something you want. UConn answers again. They're remaining in this 5 to 6 range, so a run would keep them alive. But Seton Hall closing in on the 20-point mark here in set 1. It's 17 to 11.